Hi, this is Arounna Khounnoraj. I'm super excited to be part of E.E. Shank's Trends. I would like to introduce you to my new book, Contemporary Patchwork. Hello, my name is Arounna Khounnoraj, and I wrote this book, Contemporary Patchwork, and I wanted to take you through the book and show you the different projects and talk to you about my inspiration for the book. I wanted to create a book that was showing contemporary way of patchworking and using fabrics that were naturally dyed, as well as patchworks that weren't necessarily based off of a pattern. A lot of it was free-formed. The beginning of the book, it goes through the different tools and materials that you need, with a diagram of some of the tools that I used in the book. And then it also goes through what each of the tools, why I chose to use them, and why they're good. And then the next section of the book is on techniques. So different stitching methods. I've done a lot of machine work as well as hand sewing in the book. And there's different instructions. For instance, this one here shows you how to do a quilter's knot. This one here, how to finish a stitch. So a lot of very clear diagrams on the different stitches that I used, as well as how I created the binding on the piece. So a lot of very step-by-step clear color illustrations. And these all these photos were photographed by myself, and the drawings here shows you how I kind of just go about doing an improv patchwork. I find that sometimes you need sort of instructions when you're starting out, but a lot of the times as you do more of it, you'll get more comfortable with it and be able to kind of just do them without really needing a pattern. And I'll show you some of the projects later, but this here shows you how to do the appliqué technique, which is one of my favorite hand sewing projects. I've included different things like printing. So this just shows you the different steps in the printing. And these are different ideas of what you can do for the natural dye. A lot of these things you can find in your kitchen, like onion skins, coffees, and things like avocado pits and seeds. This is just a little overview of the different projects. There are 10 projects in the book, and I'll show you a few pieces in person in a second. But I'll just go over the different projects. So this one here is done with painting on the cloth with soy milk. The whole fabric is then dyed in avocado pits and skins. It's an interesting way to kind of create imagery, and this is like a whole cloth quilt, so there isn't any piecing involved. This one here, I wanted to try a piece in the book where you are in a way piecing it together, but this is woven, so it's there isn't any sewing when constructing the pieces. This one here was a project that was about playing with color, and so I combined the larger squares with a neutral linen, and then the stripes were lots of different colors, and so it was kind of a play on balancing that color with the neutrality, and then it has instructions on how to stitch the piece. This one here was kind of using a very, traditional type of Japanese rice bag design, and then doing a monochromatic pattern with just different tones of indigo. And it's a repeated pattern that is done on all 4 sides, but the way I've kind of alternate the position of the sides, it gives it a nice, interesting kind of pattern. This one here was a project, a tool roll type project, and what I wanted to do was do this sort of sun print, and so the actual fabric was coated with a yellow fiber reactive dye with soy milk again. This one here is a mug rug, and this was about a lot of the projects too, I want to kind of show you how to use small bits of fabrics to kind of eliminate waste. And this one was all appliqué together, but then it was top stitched. And then this tote bag, the idea was just to kind of do a simple patchwork. I don't really give you a design for this because I wanted you to just sort of play around, and then I give you the pattern on the structure of the bag. So it's kind of a nice way to create something without spending a lot of time on creating the front patchwork pocket. So I'm going to just show you a few of the projects in person so you could see. So these are the little squeeze pouches. I got the metal frames from like a sewing store. You can get it from any sewing store. And these are great little gifts and also really good for yourself, you know, to store some sewing notions or things like that. And this is the wallet. And you can actually, you know, if you wanted to, you can add like a strap to this, and this would make a great little purse too. So that's a nice way to kind of, you know, change it up a bit. And this is, so this one here, I sewed a strip of felt so that you can add needles and things like that. And I love these little dome snaps. These you can buy at any sewing store. And what I like about them is that when you go to put them on here, you don't see them on the top of the fabric. So it kind of makes you focus more on the piece here. And then this is the pouch. I just went with a plain fabric for the back, but you could definitely do the same patching on the back side as well. And you know, you can modify this. You can use this design to make, you know, these little small pouches, or even the wallet here. So a lot of the projects can be kind of moved back and forth from one to the next. So you don't have to feel like this, and this could be a wonderful pattern for a large quilt too. This here is the pillow that I did with the woven fabric. And, you know, I wouldn't even worry about the fraying on here. I think it kind of adds to it. And then after I wove this piece, I actually put a backing to it, so like an iron-on backing. So that's what keeps all these pieces in place. And then this last piece that I wanted to show you is the throw with the painted soy milk, and then the top stitching, so you could see this a little bit better. So here are the different kind of stitching areas that I did. And I found this piece really fun to do because it was something that you can kind of go back to, and you know, you didn't have to think about where you would start. You would just choose a section and then just start stitching. So that's a little insight into the book. And grab yourself a copy and enjoy playing around and exploring color and different ways of patchworking. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.